Hey guys, what is up? Welcome. Happy Thursday. I hope you guys are having a fabulous, amazing day. For today's video, I wanted to share with you guys a makeup disappointings video. I know. I don't do a ton of these on my channel. Not because I'm trying not to, but because a lot of times I actually do really enjoy all of the makeup items that I do purchase on my own. But then as time goes on, I feel like I just accumulate a decent amount of products that I feel like I wasn't using for a long time, or I use it again and I'm like, you know what, I'm really just not feeling this. So I recently was like going through my makeup drawers and kind of organizing and cleaning, and these products were really just taking place and not space. These products were taking space, and I'm like, I really want to discuss these, let you guys know that they're definitely not worth the money, not even if they're $1, to be honest with you. And I do want to possibly get them out of my collection, or maybe I'm going to put them back in and declutter them when I do my declutter video that is hopefully coming in July. So definitely stay tuned for that. But yeah, I'm going to run through all these products with you guys, let you know why they didn't work out for me. Obviously, it's not anything towards the brand. I love all of these brands. You guys know the drill. But a lot of times with any brand, to be honest, there will always be hits and there will always be misses. Also, I made a video a few weeks ago discussing TJ Maxx makeup items that I'm really pissed about, that I'm just not vibing with. So I'll have the video linked down below if you guys missed out on that. But yeah, let's go ahead and get started. The first few things that I wanted to speak to you guys about are these. These are from Wet n Wild. I absolutely love their Mega Glow highlighting powders. They're amazing. They came out with so many different shades of them, and I think I pretty much have all of them to date. They're very high quality, like Dior Vibes 101. But anyway, so I love those a ton, and I'm like, you know what? Let's give this one a go. You know, this is like, I want to say Charlotte Tilbury inspired. It's like her gold bar little highlighter. So Wet n Wild came out with something similar in various different colors. So we have this one right here, which is in Winter Bloom. It's a gorgeous white color. Then we have this one right here in Let It Glow. Let it glow, let it glow, can't hold it back in. This one right here is in, my niece is probably like, what? That's not the words. This one right here is in Holy Gold Head, which looks like that. And then we have another Holy Gold Head, because apparently I didn't know that I had it. And then we have a Baby It's Rose Cold Outside. That's kind of cute. The names are definitely pretty cutesy, pretty fun. So yeah, I have 5 of them, but apparently one is a duplicate. So technically 4 different shades here. The reason why I felt like these fell really short is because it doesn't have a vibe to it. Do you know what I'm saying? It definitely has a major pieciness to it. It feels pretty chalky, and sometimes, like, even if you pick up product on your finger, which it does pick up pretty nicely, it does not like transfer onto the face. You know what I mean? No matter if you do it with your fingers or if you do it with a brush, it's definitely not an easy product to work with. Even though these are affordable, I mean, if you calculate all of them, it comes out to maybe about $20 for all of them, which is still, you know, money. So I'm pretty disappointed with all of them. I just felt like they really didn't do anything for my skin. It just looked like an extra layer of powder on here, where it's like, okay, like, what's going on in that area? Did you blend it out well? Are you just trying to add additional powder that you want people to see? There was definitely no glow with these, and with this one is probably the worst of all. This is the Mirror and Close. I love these kind of colors. You guys know that these are my preferred type of shades, but this really, like, the powderiness with this one was on another level, and I was quite surprised. So definitely some, oh my goodness, what's wrong with me today? So definitely something that I would not recommend at all. If you do want to get affordable highlighters that work, you can wear them in a more natural way or in a more dramatic way. Get the Mega Glow highlighting powders by Wet n Wild, but not these, because they really will do nothing. Next, I wanted to speak to you guys about this Milani Moisture Lock Grapeseed Oil Infused lip treatment. So basically it's a lip oil. I absolutely love lip oils, lip balms, just the whole 9 yards. I have a whole drawer dedicated to that. I love keeping my lips hydrated. So yeah, I picked this up because I was pretty intrigued. I was very curious to see how this performs compared to like my other lip oils that I love. I really love the Clarins one. That's probably one of my favorite lip oils ever. So basically this was like $3-4. I'm like, yes, I need this in my life. Let's see how it performs. This has the strongest smell ever, that literally when you smell it, it goes straight up to your brain, and it's like, whoa. I don't know. For me, it was a major turnoff because of the smell. Besides for that, when you put it on your lips, you taste the grapeness, and it really doesn't taste like candy. It just tastes like, get this off my lips like now. And then just honestly, compared to other lip oils that I've tried, it really did not moisturize. I felt like it was one that I just had to reapply pretty consistently, and it kind of took away the value of the product, because I know lip oils are not supposed to be like reapplied every 46 seconds. So from the smell to how this performed, this was a definite major fail. I don't know what the other scents are like, but because the quality is just also not there, I would, yeah, say stay stay clear, basically. The next thing that I wanted to speak to you guys about is from Jcap Beauty, and this right here is the Change Maker Foundation. So this is one that I use in a Sephora Get Ready With Me video. I mentioned to you guys a few times that like I used it and I didn't really like it, but then a few of you guys told me use it in a lighter way, and then I did, and I really wanted to love it. I mean, this is Byte's first foundation. I absolutely love Byte. I mean, they're overall a great go-to brand. So this is very exciting. However, when I applied it, I was like, no. You know, heavy-handed, it was like a no. And then when I went light with it, it was also a no. The smell is, to me, very like nauseating in a way. Like I just can't handle it. But besides for that, it really made my face break out like crazy. And the breakouts literally only went away, I would say, a good 2 weeks later, and it was just like I knew it was this, you know what I'm saying? Thank God my skin is pretty well behaved, I should say. I usually only break out during that time of the month, but with this one, like I had major breakouts over here and then over here and then over here, and I was like, that just never happens. Also, when I applied this, my face was scratching so badly, and I never have that with foundations. It makes me look like 50 years older than I really am. It emphasizes every single line, fine line, texture, the whole 9 yards. So yeah, as much as I really wanted to love this, yeah, not for me. Another foundation, this right here is from ColourPop. This is the No Filter Sticks foundation. So I'm extremely picky when it comes to stick foundations. The only one that I really ever loved like a ton was from Maybelline. That's just, I don't know what it was, but it had like some moisture to it. I feel like with a lot of stick foundations, they're very dry on the face and they're really hard to blend out. This ColourPop one definitely fell under that category. As much as I wanted to love this, it was just, the formulation of it is just something that my skin will not agree with. It was really hard to blend out. It was the kind of foundation that looked okay, just okay when you applied it, but literally 10-20 minutes after, like, you know, you did your full face of makeup, whoa. Definitely while using this, I felt worse as opposed to when I don't wear foundations, you know, because sometimes I like how my face looks like without foundation, and I'll rock that, but then sometimes I want to go and put in foundation because it covers up, evens everything out, right? And it's supposed to make you feel a different way in a way. This made me feel worse than when I didn't have any foundation on and I felt like my face looked terrible. I'm very, what's the word? I felt very insecure with my face. You know what I mean? Anyway, yeah, that might be a bit extreme, but you know what I'm saying, right? Next, I have another foundation here, and this is the last foundation, I think. But yeah, this right here is the Clean Fresh Skin Milk Foundation by CoverGirl. This is one that I actually did think was pretty good, like the first few times that I used it, but then as I kept using it, I felt like my skin was really just getting very irritated. It was kind of similar to the Byte Change Maker Foundation. It broke me out a little bit, not as much as this, but this really made my face scratch so badly, and it also just didn't look fresh and dewy and clean and effortless on, when really I feel like that's what it was supposed to do. So also the smell of it initially, like I didn't really pay attention to it, but then as I kept using it, I'm like, I cannot take the smell of this. And you know that I'm sensitive to scents, right? I do have a few people in my life who aren't sensitive to scents, and they're like, why does this smell this way? Is it supposed to smell this way? And I'm like, yeah, I think so. So yeah, definitely one that I wasn't confident wearing at all. So unfortunately, that was a big no. Then I have this Pure Pro Eyelash Glue. Just something that I wanted to quickly mention. You guys know my favorite lash glue is the Kiss Strip Lash Adhesive. I've recommended it to you guys so many times. It's the only one I speak about. It's my favorite ever. I've constantly repurchased that. I did want to purchase this one just to see kind of what the vibe is like, because sometimes I'm like, I'm happy with a certain product, but I want to just venture out and see like, hey, like, you know, does this brand have the same formula? Is it as good as this one? But yeah, this one definitely fell pretty short. It does not help your lashes stick on. It actually makes the process definitely 10 times more annoying and difficult. So yeah, Pure Lash Glue. Next, I wanted to speak to you guys about these products from Urban Decay. Now, I think that these have been discontinued already, but I think that I purchased these from TJ Maxx or Nordstrom Rack, one of those for sure. I was really excited about these because I love removing makeup with like a makeup melt away cream or a balm or something like that. I prefer that over wipes. I'll use a wipe if I'm like in that position where I only have wipes to use, but normally if I'll have more like a cream or a balm, I'll go for those. So yeah, I purchased these because I'm like, maybe it's gonna be similar to like the pharmacy cleansing balm situation. No. Okay, this right here is one that I used for the first time when I was in LA with Leah, and I applied it all over my face just as you're supposed to, like this, like a deodorant stick for your face type of thing. Let it sink in for a bit, massage it in. First of all, when you wash it, it has like that very oily like feel where you feel like you can't really move your hands, you know what I mean? I don't know how in the world it got into my eye. I'm very careful with how I remove my makeup, especially around the eye area. I don't know, a little dot of it I think went around this area. I thought that I wouldn't be able to see for the rest of my life. And at that moment I was like, wow, first of all, I appreciated sight instantly. I was more aware of it. But then besides for that, I was like, I'm not using this ever again. It seemed like it was gonna be okay. But then the way it like, it didn't even take off my makeup. Let's be clear with that. Besides for going in my eye, like I still had so much on my face and it was very like thick and goopy and like I wasn't feeling it. Then I have the Urban Decay Melt Down Makeup Remover. This wasn't as bad, I should say, but I really didn't think it did anything. Like I just felt like it was cream on my face, and then I washed it off and I still saw like contour and blush and everything, and it's like, what? What's the point of you if you're not removing my makeup? So this is also something that I would not recommend. I've used it a few times just to like really see, because I really wanted these to work. I mean, the packaging is so freaking cute, so my vibe, so my style, and I was like, I was feeling this, but now I can kind of understand why they've discontinued it, and now I understand why it's probably at TJ. Now let me tell you, a lot of products that we find at TJ are usually a lot of their newer release products, Urban Decay, Too Faced, ABH. We get a lot of new things there, but once in a while I'll think to myself, okay, now I know why this was at that store. Like I know why it was in the sale section of Sephora set or Ulta set, and I know why it didn't do well. Yeah, okay. I think I spoke enough about those. They're not good. The next thing that I wanted to speak to you guys about is from Jcap Beauty, and this is the Prism Metal Chrome Eye Mousse. So this is one that I spoke about in my recent Ulta haul. It's in the shade Foiled Bombshell, and it's basically like a really nice limey yellow-green color. This is the first time that I was actually trying this product from Jcap Beauty. I thought it was pretty cool. The concept was kind of interesting, and I thought it would be like a good one swipe swatch situation kind of thing. No. A lot of you guys also told me that this, like you had the same experience. First of all, this does not adhere to the eye for nothing. Even if you put like some glue on bottom, like it like sticks on certain places, but then it doesn't stick, and then you see more pigmentation on one area of the eye and then not a lot on the other part of the eye. The staying power of this is super, super bad. Tops an hour, not even, but even if you apply it in various different ways, it really just doesn't look smooth and even and pretty on. The texture is quite interesting. It has more of like a ColourPop Super Shock shadow feel to it, but a little bit more stiffer maybe and powdery-er. But yeah, overall, really bad. I don't even know if I want to try any other shades from the line because it was kind of a pain in the butt to use and really not like a breeze at all. Then this is one that I also really don't like. This is one that I also purchased in my recent Ulta haul, but this is the Sweet and Tasty Eyeshadow Palette by Makeup Revolution. The reason why I picked it up was because I felt like the color story was pretty cool, pretty unique. I feel like it doesn't have much to do with like popcorn, because it's like, how do these shades connect to this? I'm not sure, but I did like the color story because, again, I felt like it was unique and different and something that I don't have a lot of. I used this in a Get Ready With Me video, and the mattes really did not blend out well. The metallics were the type where there's like no give to them. They're very thick and they just do not glide on. And besides for that, it looks very thick on the eye, and you feel like, okay, an extra 2 pounds there. But I mean, I've used it a few more times after that video just to see like what's up, and the looks came out okay. Like they came out okay. You can get looks out of this, but definitely not an easy palette to use. And I feel like I wouldn't really recommend it to anyone, because I feel like if you're a professional with makeup, it would really be a pain to use. But then if you're starting out with makeup, even though the color story of this is beautiful and you could come up with looks, I feel like if you're starting out with makeup, you might feel discouraged using this if the look doesn't come out the way you want it to come out, and then you might think it's your issue. No. It's this palette's issue. Next, I have this palette right here from Huda Beauty. This right here is one of her Obsessions palette. It's the Warm Brown Obsessions palette. So I've mentioned this to you guys quite a few times. I'm really not a massive fan of the Huda Beauty 9-pan palettes. I just feel like they're really not the same as her bigger palettes. The quality is very different, and it's extremely like noticeable. Like it's very obvious that it's not the same. So I have a few of her color themed palettes, and they're nice. Not my ultimate favorite, but you could get a look, and if I'm going for a specific look and I want to use that, usually I'm pretty happy with how it comes out, but I'm not obsessed. This palette has such like typical shades that a lot of other palettes have, so for me it's like I want to use this in a way where I use my other like warm tone typical shadows. Do you know what I mean? And when this doesn't perform as well as those, it's kind of like, why would I even give this another extra minute to use, you know? Because it's like, obviously I want to create a look that's like 1, 2, 3 on and go, and this just like, I feel like the mattes really just didn't blend out well, and it was the kind of palette that when the mattes blended out, like you could see more color on one part of the eye and then barely on the other part. It was kind of sticking onto areas that it's like, I don't know why it's sticking there. And then also with this one, the metallics, like they're pigmented and all, but they also have a very thick feel to them. They don't glide on the eye, and it takes a lot more time to get a good look with this than with my other warm tone neutral palettes. And I'm thinking like, again, why would I just sit there and play around with this when I have other palettes that have a similar color story that are just like easy breezy, lemon squeezy. Next, this right here is from Pacifica. It's the Cuban Mango Lip Balm. This is vegan and cruelty free, which I absolutely love about Pacifica. I haven't found anything from Pacifica that I'm absolutely obsessed with. Everything that I've tried from them, I was like, it's not for me. And I feel bad saying that because I love the fact that they're cruelty free and vegan and all of that, but I feel like there are other brands who are also, and I want to say their products are a bit better. I'm not 100% sure, but this right here has a very, very thick feel to it, a very waxy feel to it. It does not like glide on, and it feels very like thick and like not comfortable on. Not like a lip balm should feel basically. And then the thing that really threw me off about this one is the smell of it is so bad that it's like, and I know it's not old. I know it's not old. It's not even the smell. It's more so if your like tongue touches your lip for a second, because that's like a natural thing that can happen. You feel like you have absolute poison in your mouth. And it was just a very like uncomfortable experience. So for me, I was like, I'm not vibing with that one, sadly. Okay, then finally I have these two palettes here to share with you guys from Milani. This one right here is the Rouge palette, Gilded Rouge, which looks just like that. Definitely more of like a warm tone palette. And then this one right here is Gilded Noir, and this right here has more of like a cooler toned vibe to it, I would say. These were like $20 each on Ulta's website. I purchased them about 10 months ago, I want to say, and I was like beyond excited. I love when like drugstore brands release palettes. It's just always so exciting, you know? Now, with that being said, I just felt like these felt pretty short because of the fact that they were like okay to work with, but the consistency of the shadows were very thin. I felt like they really didn't like adhere to the eye well. They didn't really blend out super easily. It was, I like with both of these palettes, whenever I created a look, there wasn't a time where I'm like, whoa, you look amazing. I mean, I was like, hey, you look pretty good, but I just kind of felt like there was nothing too majorly unique about these. And this is the thing, I feel like if a brand, a drugstore brand, is gonna release a palette for 20 bucks, like it definitely has to live up to that expectation, because like the ColourPop palettes, I'm not gonna say that they're the best quality ever, but they're like, I feel like somewhat easy to use, and I always love the looks I come up with like when I use the ColourPop palettes, and those are like 12 bucks, the 9-pan palettes. So if you're gonna be releasing a palette like this with 20 different shades for the $20 price tag, it needs to be a good palette. So I feel like the consistency is just not like perfected in a way. And yeah, the staying power of both of these palettes are really not the best on the eye. Like my eyeshadow never creases, and with this I kind of felt like it was a little bit creasy by the crease area. I think that a lot of times with products, I also have to factor in the price, because if these were $5 each, I'd be like, wow, like great, I get so much, I can make this work, I'm willing to make it work for the $5. But if this is 20 and they perform the way they do compared to other palettes that are on the market that are also $20, $25, even if those have like less shades, I'd rather just get that and know that I'm confident with the look than get these and feel like every other time, and then there's maybe one time out of like 20 that I'm like, yay, this looks okay, you know? So anyway, yeah, that's what I feel about these little guys. Definitely not palettes that I gravitate towards, that I just choose out over others, unfortunately. That is pretty much it. I hope you guys enjoyed this video. Let me know if there were any makeup or skincare products that you guys recently tried that you absolutely hate, or like you just don't like, it doesn't work out for you, it's not worth your money, all of that. I would love to know. And yeah, I'm looking forward to reading your comments down below. I'll see you guys in my next one. Bye.